16-year-old from Makufa FC. Botswana are here to show that they're not here to make up the numbers. Away by Chinzimu. Back it comes though in the midfield for Botswana. Malawi lead by a goal to nil. Munda with the opening goal just after 2 minutes. Well, it was more like just about into the opening minute. Lovely play here by Kisetse. Not going to find a way through there. Clearance is made by Mandala. Then the pickup is from Rangati. Good a couple of touches. Was the touch to there from Dilela, which not. Oh, Dilela skips past the left-sided fullback. Still an opportunity for a goal to be scored here. Desperate defense from eventually they are able to come away with it with their right back. Ula. It looked like a handball almost from the centre back, and I think the assistant referee on the near side might be suggesting just that. Mr. Matthias Nebonga from Namibia. Captain of Botswana looks a bit nervous. It's been a really good start for the local supporters. The hosts, as I said, the Region 5 Youth Games. Chinyamula with the throw-in. Again, it's Manda. Chinyamula. Space for the captain, Kadzere. You don't want to give her any space whatsoever. That's a nice challenge from Hunkare, the left-sided fullback. And they quick to get the ball back into play as well, Botswana. They've given it away in the centre of the park, and there's almost an opportunity again, as there's a slip in defence from Angara. He manages to make amends just in front of Chinzimu, who scored those 4 goals against Namibia. There's a lovely buzz of anticipation from the supporters that have stayed in here after the athletics program earlier today at the Bingu National Stadium. And don't forget the football finals tomorrow in the men's and the women's competitions. The closing ceremony as well. Kadzere scrambled away, not that effectively to be missed. Pop up here for Mulikimpika, and that's gone wide. Malawi with plenty of tanks and plenty of support. Mulikimpika, 15-year-old from Envirom. All of the Malawi players, the under-17 side, are based in Malawi. The same can be said for Botswana, all based in Malawi. Kadzere nearly gets the bounce of the ball from Chinzimu. I thought Chinzimu could have been a little more selfish. And at the moment, Botswana are just cleaning up at the back. Done a lot of hard work already. Mbapua Hangara. Kadzere, still Kadzere, loves to carry the ball. What about those 7 goals she scored in the tournament so far? Wide again from Mbika. No way through by Evelyn Mtala, the left-sided fullback from Civil Services United. Much easier for the goalkeeper to claim this time. Caller. We'll give it a little bit more confidence. It's a very bright Cerisi type pink that she's dressed in. Unmistakable out there between the posts for Botswana. Already conceded a goal after just 73 seconds. Good defense from Ruth Mandala from Institute. She's only 14 years old, you know. There's a couple of 14 years old players in the starting lineup before Malawi. One of them is the goalkeeper, Esther Maulidi from Bangwe. Right-sided fullback, Etienne Muller is 14 years old from Ascent Academy. And so for that matter is Ruth Mandala, 15 years old for Chinzimu and for Mulimbika. For Botswana, they've also got a few young players, and they're mostly 16 years old and 15, but Kisetse from Ambassadors in the number 12 jersey, she's just 14 years old as well. There's the 14-year-old on the bench for Malawi in Chiwonge Kirwa. Match referee from Madagascar. Raharimana Utsowa. Madagascans do have some rather fascinating names, don't they? Raharimana Utsowa. I'll work that out by the time we get to 90 minutes. Esiwasi comes forward for Malawi then. More space available for Mulimbika. Keepers come off her line and ball doesn't fall kindly for Kadzere. Well, Kadzere nicely around the back of the fullback, but into the side netting. Hangara tricked once again by the 16-year-old from Ascent Academy. 4 representatives in the starting lineup here for Malawi today. Interesting that Goseho Mokolo is not taking the spotted goal kicks. This is Lotang Ebeneng. Scored 2 goals to the double action centre back against Namibia. Now there's another shot that goes wide. Not a bad effort from the substitute from the previous match, the semi-final, Mary Chindeya. Very much a front foot in the early stages of this one. Just look how the defence have committed themselves out of the area, and that shot, if it had been on target, might have been troublesome for Makola. Headed away by Lindamanda, whose goal separates the two sides at the moment. As it'll pick up from the right winger, Kiochipile Kisetse. Pardon, she's a left winger, of course. She's been very bright on the ball so far at the start of this encounter. Ball worked away by Hangara. Pick up at the back again by Ruth Mandala. Kadzere will step again past one defender. Commits the captain of Botswana to the challenge. It's a good challenge as well. Malawi continue to play over the halfway line at the moment. So in again from Chinyamula. Malawi have to be too predictable and place every second ball to Kadzere. It'll be much easier to defend if they employ that sort of tactic. Well, there's a shot on the volley. It's a very nice one as well from Chinyamvula. So Talandira Chinyamula at right back and Letitia Chinyamvula in the middle of the park in the number 12 jersey. In the meantime, here's Kasetse. Short over there by the Malawians, and now a nice little attack again from Kadzere. Plays the early ball out wide to Mulimbika. Looks for the return ball as well. Space in the penalty area, nicely cut out though by the Botswana centre-backs. They've done so much work already in the opening 11 minutes. There's so much work that you feel is going to be done in this match as Kadzere feels the challenge from the Botswana defenders. Yeah, just stepping over the top of the ball, and I think it might have been the captain Lotang Ebinyeng who just might have caught the opposite number, Kadzere. One could excuse us for being a training ground exercise at the moment, such as the dominance of Malawi. Because they're only playing on the front foot in very sporadic ways coming from Botswana early on. And ball away by Mankhatau, the right-sided fullback from Orapa All-Stars. He's had a couple of nice touches, has long-haired Chinyamvula. Free kick for Hangara. Nobody really running through the middle of the park for Botswana. Well, I'm sure that Esther Maulidi, the 14-year-old in goal for Malawi, won't mind a touch here and against Zambia in the semi-final, and let through goes through. Again, Olympica. Right on the right-hand side, the left-hand side for her, left-hand side. Ball over into the middle. Left fullback Hankara will make the clearance initially. Shot driven back in again by Katsere, and again she's injured herself, and I think she injured herself that time. But the ball squeezes under the keeper, or one over the top of the keeper, one underneath of Makola. And Malawi have doubled their advantage, and it looks like Chinyamvula has opened her accounts. The fans really enjoying that. 12 minutes now, 13 minutes in. And while the captain's in a spot of bother here, Rhodes, Katsere, Malawi don't seem to be too troubled with that situation. Well, there was the attempted clearance by Hankara, but the ball was given away. That's the initial shot. Nobody really closing down, and Chinyamvula. And she hits that rather sweetly. Look at how much time she has to deliver the shot. It's pinpoint. Manda goes over the top of the keeper in the second minute. 10 minutes later, Chinyamvula, who goes underneath of the 16-year-old from Security Systems. And Malawi double their advantage in front of their home supporters. And yeah, looking back towards where the gold medals are being hung, because it's going to be around your neck, surely, if you continue this way from the Malawian team. Malawi down to 10 players at the moment because their captain, Rhodes Katsere, who's taken a knock on 2 occasions to the knee, is missing in action right now. Sure, she'd love to be back on the field again, but in the meantime, Botswana looking to score, and is that going to cross over the line? The answer is no. It's just about a goal coming then from Botswana. Malawi lead by 2-0. Manda and Chinyamvula. First corner kick of the match going the way of Botswana, but this was a very, very close thing indeed. It's a lovely ball through the middle of the park, and it was almost a touch there from Sechele. Defenders doing what they need to do in that sort of situation and stay on the line, make the clearance behind the keeper. Maulidi wasn't able to stop the play first time around. Emineng then, the captain of Botswana, with the opening corner of the match. Thanks for joining us tonight on visionview.tv as we bring you the 3rd and 4th place playoff in the COSAFA Under-17 Championship and the Region 5 Youth Games Under-17 Ladies Competition. Botswana still continue to play against the 10-player Malawi side. Captain Katsere went off with an injury a few moments ago. We haven't seen her back on the park yet. Nice turn from Linda Mamba. Botswana suddenly playing in the wrong direction. There's a really good opportunity for Chintea. And somehow the ball is scrambled away by Patricia Lesatedi. Malawi earned their kick of the bronze medal match. Nervous looking Makola, 2 goals past her already. Decides to stay on her line, nicely headed away initially, and then again off the line this time by Lesetedi. Makola will claim the header this time from the midfielder, Chinyamvula. That's in your picture is Faith Chinzimu. Header away by Wasi. Pick up from Manda. Wasi again under a little bit of pressure because Kisetse is in possession. Manda taps it away, but the resilient here are the Botswana team with Rankasi coming through the middle. To the challenge from Chinyamvula. Free kick for Botswana. Gilelo chasing up to the ball, and while Chinyamula got there first, certainly was a bit of contact made on the 15-year-old from Dunamis. The voices of the Malawi people ringing out around the Bingu National Stadium in Lilongwe. Malawi lead Botswana by 2-0 in the bronze medal match. Humbapiwa Hangara straight into the two-man wall in front of her, gives possession away as well. Chinteya back for Malawi. Now they'll continue with the scramble. It's nice to see that Katsere is back on the park. She stays on side here, Katsere, looking for goal number 8 in the tournament. A little stop and turn. How good is she on the left foot? It's a good save from Makola. The fans thoroughly entrenched and engaged in this encounter. It's a lovely touch. Didn't want to really close down the angle too much and gave herself space for the inside of the right upright. Little curler. Now from the resultant corner, there's space for Katsere. Botswana legs getting in the way, and just in time as well. Katsere with a smile on her face, looking for goal number 8. Consecutive corners for Malawi. Just sporadic pressure coming from Botswana, but most of the offense being supplied by the home country. Katsere with the delivery, very close to the delivery line and played back into the middle. They managed to get blue bodies behind the ball. Gilelo trying to make the clearance. And eventually looking for Kisetse. And look at the space Kisetse's got. The defender commits herself into space but tracks back rather nicely. Does Talandira Chinyamula. Katsere. I don't think there was any hope of her catching up to that run, and played off the field by Kisetse, which is sometimes an indication that there's an injury, but not on this occasion. 14-year-old just not taking any chances under the pressure that's coming, particularly on this right-hand side from Katsere. Long throw in from Chinyamula. It's going to be a throw into Botswana. "20 minutes down in the third and fourth place playoff. Malawi lead by 2-0. Bit of a shell shock for Botswana. Ended up with a +3 goal difference after beating the Comores by 8-0 and losing to Zambia by 5-0. Malawi with a +9 goal difference, losing to South Africa by 4-1 and whipping Namibia by 12-0. South Africa against Zambia come tomorrow. And the same will apply in the Under-17 African Cup of Nations qualifier and Region 5 Youth Games Under-17 men's competition. And don't forget, Zambia did beat South Africa in the men's competition in an earlier encounter in the group stage. So that's going to be one for possible revenge for the young South African side. But Zambia have proven right throughout the course of the Region 5 games to be very, very prolific. We were at the boxing competition yesterday where they won the most medals out of the 8 finals. 4 of them to Zambia, 3 to South Africa and 1 to Namibia. Proving to be very, very competitive in all walks of life on the sporting field and probably in the cultural field as well. Look there at Ruth Mandala, 14-year-old central back next to Mercy Wasi from Hungry Lions. Throw in from Tekanyo Rankasi. They'll stay on the attack here, Botswana. And just for a moment, Malawi have their defense tested. I'm not going to go through a football match without it being tested, and Katsere seems to be all over the place The 16-year-old back almost in a central defensive role, making the clearance for Malawi. Eager to get play back underway here is Patricia Lesitedi. Inside by Katsere. The chase is on for Mulumbika. Mankatao looking to clear early on, but that didn't work out for her quite. Header is away though by Lesitedi. And then it will be tidied up by Ebening. So many red jerseys over the halfway line. It's difficult for Botswana to contain the tide of players. There was a nice touch in there from Sekobai. Oh, and that's Chindeyako. But the referee allows advantage. Goal number 3. And it's Chinzimu who scores a fifth of the comp. Well, the goals are coming in 10-minute intervals at the moment. And if we continue this way, then Malawi would win by 9-0. Faith Chinzimu scored 4 against Namibia, opens her account tonight against Botswana. It was a promising looking attack, but if you look on the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see the Madagascan referee allowing advantage, playing advantage. And that's good refereeing in my book. Faith Chinzimu goes past Makola. She commits herself to the right-hand side. And Chinzimu just continues with her trajectory. Little chip over the back of the keeper's legs. And goal number 3 for Malawi. And here comes Malawi again. Chinzimu, confident from just having scored. Back comes Hankara. 15-year-old from the Ascent Academy. 3 different goal scorers in the space of 24 minutes. Malawi comfortably in the lead at the moment. Clearance again by Ivy Mankatao. Chinyampula, bit of space available again for Katsere. Seems to be very much a left-footed player. Katsere again, near post, off the legs. Keeper makes a double save, cleared off the line by Mankatao. Botswana living very dangerous at the moment. Katsere will settle for the throw-in. The lap was mighty close to being goal number 4. Worried look on the face of Lotang Ebeneng, 15-year-old from Double Action. His teammate in the defence is Mbapua Angara on the left-back position, same club. 32 representatives from Double Action. All steered away by the Botswana defence this time. Chinyamula across to Murimbika. Just dominating the centre of the park at the moment, Malawi. Katsere again all sneaking behind of Hankara. Such wonderful play. Hankara gets a bit fortunate with the bounce of the ball. I'll be very happy to see it disappear, maybe over the halfway line this time. Kisetse for Botswana. Looking for the return ball here, Kisetse. Nice defence done by Faith Chinzimu this time. Coach Victor must be a worried man at the moment. Lots of pacing in the demarcated coaching area. Flick on from Katsere. Was knocked away by Nkati. Now Katsere again. Absolutely critical in this team at the moment. Murimbika turns around her defender, Mankatao. And then brings it down. Mankatao might very well be in trouble with the Madagascan referee. Hari Manatao. There is the right-sided fullback from Europa All Stars. He was holding her with the arm and then the lunge into the legs of the left winger, Mulimbika. Provides this free kick, and again will be taken by Katsere. Right-footed, directly at goal. Easy for Makola, who seems to be, despite the 3 goals that he's conceded, pretty confident when the ball's sort of in the chest area. Much more difficult when the ball's wide of you, of course. Manda will push forward again for Malawi. The one thing that Malawi have to be careful of is, yes, they lead by 3-0, but they can't afford to take their eye off it. It should be an easy save for Makola. One thing that Malawi will have the experience of is the 12 goals they scored against Namibia, because there was no holding back in that match against the West Coast country. They went on and just scored and scored and scored and scored, and that's what they need to do in this encounter. Make 100% sure that the bronze medals will be hanging around their neck by the time it comes to the medal presentation ceremony. Take place tomorrow after the conclusion of the women's final and then the men's final as well. Ball steered away by Ruth Mandala. Mulimbika. This is Chindeya. Sliding challenge again from Mankatau. Might even have been Sekhobai who slid into the back of the Malawian attack. It was Sekhobai. Yeah, it's a challenge from behind on just about on any other day. That would have been a yellow card. They've got to have hope. They've got to continue with the game plan. Again, it's Katsere. Looking for Chinyavula. No way through this time for Malawi. Kasete nearly able to pick up on the left-hand side again for Botswana. Nothing coming for her right now. It's a nice little shimmy from Chinsimu. Still Chinsimu. Space again for the shot. It's an easy goal for Chinyavula, who completes her brace and makes it 4-0. Letitia Chinyavula scores her 3rd goal of the tournament and her 2nd in this, and it came so easily. Lovely, a little bit of football from Chinsimu. Committed 3 defenders, posting into the penalty area of Chinyavula. And there was a stage just about a complete by trying to make the challenge. Malawi 4, only half of the encounter. Well, Botswana with very little possession in the early stages of this one. 72% in favour of Malawi. 13 shots at target, or 13 shots to just the one of Botswana. Creative efforts. 10 shots on target from 13 creative efforts. Nothing on target from Botswana. And I can tell you that Cristiano is out of the World Cup. And so, for that matter, are his team. Because Morocco from West Africa have beaten Portugal by 1-0. They'll play in the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup finals in Qatar. Africa have a representative in the semi-finals for the first time. Katsere in the meantime for Malawi. Oh, still Katsere! Surely it's number 5. Number 8 in her personal capacity. The number 5 for Malawi. There's just no stopping the Malawian side at the moment. And Botswana starting to look a little bit hapless at the back. Rose Katsere picked up an injury a bit earlier on, but the broad smile will tell you it's goal number 8 for her. Her first contribution as far as goals are concerned in this one, but it's a lovely little run and an exceptional finish. Goes past one defender, goes past another, skips past the challenge there. Well, Patricia Lesitedi, and there's really no chance for Josejo Makola. 5-0. 4 different goal scorers. Chinyamula with 2. Water break for the teams. Happily leading your side into the third step of the podium. Such a tight match against the Zambians. The fans are showing their appreciation for the style that Malawi are showing today in this third and fourth place playoff. Finished the group stages second behind South Africa with a win and a loss, plus 9 goal difference, 3 points. Botswana also second in their group B, also with a win and a loss, plus 3 goal difference and 3 points. Malawi lost on penalties to Zambia in the semi-finals. And Botswana lost to 3-0 or 0-3 to the South Africans, and therefore Zambia and South Africa meet in the final tomorrow in the men's and the women's under-17 competition. But the bronze medal seems by this stage of the game, and yes, I know that we're only in the 32nd minute of the match, that we cannot talk about final whistles and final results just yet, but when the team's leading by 5-0, it is a problem. At the moment, Josejo Makola, the 16-year-old from Security Systems, is receiving some medical attention on what looks like a right ankle injury. There is support from Taone Ditshane, the 16-year-old from Sashamuke. The goalkeeper looking to put the boots back on with a bit of help from the medical staff. Maybe she needs to take her gloves off to accomplish that. Well, that's the reason why we have a bit of a break on at the moment. And the goalkeeper finally goes on a warm-up run. Makola back on the feet. Physio probably going to be requested to do the shoelaces up. But the fans on the far side absolutely delighted. Those on the near side too. Fans have taken some refuge a bit higher up on the stadium today instead of being on the lower reaches because of the rain that we experienced in the course of the afternoon. Patricia Lesitedi makes sure that her goalkeeper is okay. And set to get underway then for the restart. About a 4-minute break to see that Makola is back in running order. Malawi lead by 5-0. Kisetse for Botswana has been one of the strongest players that we've seen from Botswana so far. Cleared away by Linda Manda. To the middle by Chidea. Chinyamula trying to get on the end of that ball as well. That is Mary Chindea, the 16-year-old from Ntopwa. Only representative from that club in the starting lineup today. One of the 2 changes made by coach Trevor Kajawa. Katere. I think that Mulimbika might have been offside if that pass had gone through the defence of Botswana, which it didn't, and then a foul committed by the double goal scorer, Chinyamula. That's the left back, and just gets knocked over by the Malawian midfielder. So Sekobai. Chinyamula's header. Chinyamula looking for a second bite of the cherry then. Kisetse in the meantime up near the penalty area. There's a chance for Chechele. Now there's a bit of space available. There's a big deflection from the shot by Hangara. Hangara was playing as a left-sided fullback earlier. They seem to shuffle the formation around a little bit, and I'm almost sure that Warona Sekobai from Ambassadors is playing as a left back, and suddenly Hangara is playing as a much more forward-running player. It's pulled the trigger for different results. Or cannoning off the legs of Chinyamula. Second corner of the match for Botswana. A watch for Mualidi. Headed away by Chinyamula one more time. She's so involved in this encounter, it's incredible. 2 goals and then all this defending that she's doing, although she leaves the ball behind on that occasion. Katsere, the defenders haven't been able to commit themselves to Katsere. Rather good defending from Orona Sekobai. No free kick, says the match referee from Madagascar. She rose there, for that matter, so does Makola. You know that they've both had medical attention so far in the first half. So a bit of added time that we'll have at the end of the first half of this third. Yeah, from Chindaya. It's a really nice piece of skill from Chindaya. Hat-trick ball, surely. No, it's Chinzimu. I thought it was Chimawula for the minute, but it's Chinzimu who completes her brace. And that's 6 in the first half for the home side. The dances and the celebrations continue. Good work initially done by Chinteya. And then a lovely little feed inside. No chance at all for Tekanyo Rangasi in defence. And Faith Chinzimu, the 15-year-old from the Ascent Academy, slides it past Makola. Terrific stuff from Malawi. Four different goal scorers, 2 that are on hat-tricks. And the captain is on a brace. She was caught just outside of the penalty area by Rangasi, and that is a yellow card. Let's see what the free kick prizes are from the Malawian camp. Are inside the final 5 minutes. Time in the first half at the Bingu National Stadium in Lilong. Back tomorrow. Just a ankle tap from the sliding Tekanyo Rangasi. If we didn't appreciate it, and I'm sure neither for that did Rhodes Katsere. 3 less wall then for Botswana. Rangasi is the other. Letsi is the third. Bulimpika looks as if she might have a little dart here. She's playing wide on the left-hand side, trying to slap that into the top right-hand corner of the goal of Cheskola. No 7th goal before half-time yet for Malawi. 15-year-old from Environ. Is it a good match so far? Away by Sekobai. Pick up immediately again from Chinzimu. And this is where Malawi have to be watchful, and they are. Nicely tucked away by Mercy Wasi. Throw-in comes to Mokapakhosi. Way through for Limpika. She's looking towards the referee for a free kick, a little ankle tap. Nothing from the Madagascar official though. And Botswana doing the right thing here. They've got nothing more to lose than the 6 goals they've already conceded. That's a foul on Mbapua Hangara. Botswana looking to get involved in the free kick. Wait for the whistle, says Mr. Rahari Mansoa. Lots of chatter coming from the 14-year-old goalkeeper, Esther Maulidi. This is a good opportunity for Botswana to open their account. That's gone them over the top. "13 goals in the group stages, 2 in the semi-final, and now another 6. Katsere, ankles were clipped on that occasion by Leslie Teddy. I told you she's going to be a target, and I think she hit that knee into the turf stadium. Injury, the captain of Malawi. This looks to be in a bit of distress. Yeah, that could be a foul. Completely to the defender from flying curls in challenge. Hasn't been given as a free kick, only as a corner. It's rather a prize. Ball headed away by Ebeneng. This is Kisete. Rangati. Again. It's lovely there. Paladira Chanyambula, 2 minutes added on by the match referee from Madagascar. We are into stoppage time at the Bingu National Stadium. You're tuned in to visionview.tv to the 3rd and 4th place playoff in the COSAFA Under-17 Championship and the Region 5 Youth Games Under-17 football competition for ladies. Oh, it's a lovely ball over the top. There's a really good chance here for Dilelo. Back in defence. Evelyn Ndala, left-sided fullback. Botswana looking to show enterprise and maybe break their duck before half-time. The beat to be taken by Hankar, former left-sided fullback, and now bringing it as a midfielder. Ankara with a nice little floater. There's a header, half an head in there from Tilelo. The pressure's not been contained yet. Rangasi with a touch. But away comes the Shinzimu. Katsere is back on the field of play, but the ball's gone between 2 of the Malawi players, Katsere and Mulimbika. In the meantime, Mokopakhosi not able to make any contact. Forward again by Ntala. Mulimpika, is there going to be a 7th goal before half-time? Katsere for the first time over on the left-hand side. Mulimpika leaves it behind and tidied up by Hankara. Malawi absolutely dominant in the opening 45 minutes, which is just about to come to an end. Free kick for Botswana. Foul on Mankatai. The referee consults the timepiece because it must have beeped on his wrist for the 2 minutes that he'd added on to stoppage time, and that's why he'll blow for half-time here at the Bingu National Stadium. It's been somewhat one-way traffic. 6 of the best from Malawi delivered to Botswana in the first 45 minutes, and there certainly is more to come surely in the second half, but Malawi will be very pleased with their first half performance. Brace for Chinyambula, brace for Chinzimu. Manda with the opening goal after just 2 minutes, and Katsere with the goal of the tournament is the story of those 45 minutes. 6 goals in without reply from Malawi. We go into half time at the Bingu National Stadium in Lilongwe. You're live on visionview.tv. Goals in the first half. It all came within the opening couple of minutes. A little dink over the top of Makola from the Lindemanda from DD Sunshine. And that was the start of what was going to be a rout during the first half. Look at the celebrations there. Chinzimu into the penalty area. There was a mistake at the back from Hangara. Ball picked up here by Faith Chinzimu. Look at the time for Chinyamula. Spot goes onto the near post. 2-0 after 13 minutes. And Chinyamula scoring the first of her 2 goals in the first half. Committing herself to the challenge on that occasion was Linda Munda. And the ball pops up here to Jinzi. One with the keeper. And easy goal after 23 minutes and halfway through the first half. Malawi back their third. There were some sporadic attacks from Botswana, but nothing really to write home about. There was another attack that produced goal number 4, orchestrated again by Chinzimu. Lovely work, committing 3 defenders to the challenge and then pulled back nicely to Letitia Chinyamula. Bangs it into the near post again, completes her brace, and the 4th for Malawi on the half hour. Katsere was always going to be a threat after scoring 7 goals thus far in the tournament, and she decided to get amongst the goal scorers and increases her tally to 8. Wasn't the end of the scoring, because just before half-time there was another goal that came. Hard work being done there by Chinyamula. Chinzimu coasting into space. Lovely little left-footed shot across the goal of Makola. And that was goal number 6 without reply from the Malawi side. Absolutely dominant. "16 goal attempts, 12 shots on target, 3 creative efforts from Botswana, absolutely 0 on target so far. There's maybe been 1 yellow card issued to Takanya Rankasi for a foul on Rose Katsere, and 69% of the possession going to Malawi. 7 corners, probably the closest of the statistics on that table. But It is the third and fourth place final, that is. And we're live on COSAFA.tv and VisionView.tv as well. And here to bring you the next 45 minutes of a match that has been dominated so far by the side in red. A lead by 6-0. Manda opened the scoring in the second minute. A brace from Chinyavula, a brace from Chimzinu, and a goal from Kadzere, who scores her 8th of the competition. Underway then for the second 45 minutes. No substitutions that we've been made aware of so far from either side. Oh, it's a delightful ball into the middle. Lovely first touch from Jinzimu. Hat-trick ball, goal! Inside of 16 seconds. The first goal in the first half came from Manda, and that was about 72 seconds, 16 seconds. That's unbelievable. Malawi 7-0. And a hat-trick for Faith Chinzimu. Scored just before half-time, scores at the resumption as well. If the fans weren't already on their feet, they certainly are now. Oh, lovely ghosting work between the centre-backs. No problems to get past Makolo either, who gets beaten for the 7th time this evening. It's a beautiful first touch from Faith Chinzimu, the 15-year-old from Ascent Academy. Absolutely clinical finish as well. She's a bit of a talent, isn't she? And here that the substitute goalkeeper is warming up for Botswana. Chinzimu with a hat-trick. Chinyamfuna's on a brace. Katere and Mandla with single goals. Malawi have racked up 7 so far. Just exactly the sort of start coach Kajawa would have wanted, and the fans here from Malawi, local faithful, absolutely delighted. They've been so supportive throughout the course of the first half so far, and the second half starting like a house on fire. Well, it's not going to change things, is it? Captain Kadzere. It's good defending from Botswana at the cost of a corner. First corner of the second half. 4 corners to 3 was the lead for Malawi at half-time in the corner count. As we said, the closest in the statistics that Botswana have been able to get. Ball headed away from the danger zone by Ebeneng. Might have been a bit of pushing from the Malawian players. Sekobaya holds her head. To Botswana. And the oppositions had their half-time chat, and they pepped up and ready to mount an attack in the second half. If they can score 6 in the first half, why can't we score 6 in the second and then you concede after just 16 seconds? And here's another opportunity for Chinteya, like a handball as well from the Malawi striker. Pick up from Mulimbika. Chinimula goes back to Manda, who started this route in just the second minute. Musiwasi. Katere trying to chip the ball past the defender, Rangasi. Not able to pick up a teammate, although there was lots of support on offer. Still not taking the spotted goal kicks is Josejo Makola. Mbapua Angara will take this one. Don't forget, she scored 3 goals against the Comores. Lotan Ebeneng scored 2 against the Comores as well, and so did Katlo Ditsile. Not quite as precise as they were in the first half, Malawi. been a long competition though. That's in your picture is Letitia Chimuvula. Is there to be a hat-trick for her as well? Lovely bursting run and coming through from Evelyn and Tala. Opportunity to the near post, offside against Malawi. Must be the first offside we've seen in the entire match. Seda Mulimbika, left winger, caught offside. Don't think there can be too much of a dispute out there now, can they? Assistant referee out on the far side, Tata Mahocha from South Africa. Nice ball into the middle. And Chinyapula leaves it behind. Ball scrambled away though by Ibineng. Not just making any progress at the moment, but similar situation to the we will see some pressure coming from the Botswana side, but it's very sporadic. It's not really that effective. Sechele easily turned away, so was Mokopa Khosi. Battling going on in the midfield. Nice pick up from Mtala, then Chinzimu. Katsere. Chinzimu, a sliding challenge from her second ball though. Falls to Manda. Chinyambula now is onside this time. Mulimpika. Still in Mulimpika, but she's a left-footed player. Certainly showed on that occasion. Oh, his space in front of goal, and how do you miss from there? Cracking effort, she might have even been offside. A great bit of ghosting in behind the defence from Mary Chinteya. When she starts in an offside position, there can be absolutely no doubt about the offside call against Mary Chinteya, but the instructions to the Botswana camp is to try and defend on the edge of the penalty area at least, and no further back than that. And twice already in the second half we've had our first two offside encounter, and they come in the second half. Mulimbika, good first ball, cleared away by Bineng. Little touch from Sechele. Well, they do have themselves in a bit of space here, Botswana. First, well, Wasi will tidy up. Assistance from Tilelo out wide on the right-hand side. And for once, the Malawi defence found himself under a bit of scrutiny. The referee will just come across and have a chat to Ruth Mandala. There's no doubt that leading by 7 goals to nil, that Malawi would want to keep a clean sheet. So I would love nothing more than to open their account and then try and build on the blocks that that start would give them. Muwalidi, just 14 years old. Hangara is taking most of the left-footed set pieces, corners and free kicks. Hangara knocked away from the danger zone by Lindema. It's scrambled back in by the same player, Hangara, but she was falling over just on her left-hand side as she struck it, and the ball's trajectory followed her path of imbalance. The ball nearly given away here by the Malawi defenders in Ruth Mandala, but now they do get over the halfway line. Scrambled clear by Ivy Mankatau. Looks like we can have substitutions from the Botswana side. I don't suppose that's any great surprise. Bishara Sechele will make way. In her place is Amantle Ronnie. And also coming up the pitch is Palesa Mokapakhosi. Catherine Pitt, who was one of the changes left out of the starting lineup by Victor, and has taken her place as well. So double change, and Amanda Ronnie, the 16-year-old from Flying Girls, in for Kushata Zechele. Moko Pakosi making way for Catherine Pitt, who at the moment is unattached. And I don't mean by that she doesn't have a partner, she just doesn't have a club that she's playing for. Substitution time then for Malawi as well, who are going to bring on Chikondo Mgodi, and off will go Ruth Mandala. So Mgodi's on, 15-year-old from Chisoma Academy. Scored a goal against Namibia on the 5th of December. All of 5 days ago now. We just over 10 minutes played in the second half. Malawi lead by 7-0, which is one more than they went into half-time with. Flash in your picture is Ivy Mankhatau from the Rapa All-Stars, the right-sided fullback. Free kick for Hungary. Knocked down in the first touch in there. In fact, I think that was Linda Manda who got her head on it. She's not a first touch for her. Nicely cleared away by Mercy Wasi. Forward now by Mulimbika. Katsere. Oh, it could be an own goal here. No, it's gone past the upright of the deflection. Continues to be a threat of the right-hand side, does the Malawi captain. Good ball for her. She was being tracked by Rangasi all the time. Wasn't able to quite wrap her foot around the ball for teammates. Now she does. Scramble ball. Maybe a bit of pushing in there from Letitia Chinyamula, who will be as keen as watching Zimu was to get her a hat-trick. She had a good match, Letitia. As I said, one of the 4 players in the starting lineup from Ascent Academy. All 4 of their players in the starting lineup today. Opportunity for Botswana to try and mount an attack. It doesn't seem like anybody's willing to take the throw. A little touchback from Kesetse, knocked away by Linda Manda. Such an important role in the holding midfield for Manda. Scrambled away by Sekopai. Nice defense from Chinzimu, showing her versatility. The hat-trick class. You can see the intentions are very clear from Amantli Ronnie from Flying Girls. She's been put up front to try and score a goal for Botswana, but even at this stage, I mean, we only 12, 13 minutes into the second half. For Botswana to win this one, they've got to score 8 goals. They haven't been able to achieve that in nearly an hour of football. It seems unlikely, but to leave the competition without having scored a goal in the middle match is going to be a little bit difficult, as there's a complete miss kick by Mulimbika. Just like the goals that they've scored, corner number 7 for Malawi. To the near post, Mulimbika, slapped away by Makola. Mulimbika again to the far post. Kateria arriving, misses it by millimeters. With the defender in front of her, it was difficult for Makola, but she knocked it away from the danger zone and then provided a little bit of cover in front of Rose Kadzeri, the skipper of Malawi. Good play on this left-hand side by Mulimbika, though. Headed back by Linda Manda. Pick up from Wasi. Wasi in front of Kisetse. Once again, it's Manda. Manda with a carry. Good play into the middle. Chinyamula plays arriving to take advantage of a situation. Chinyamula goes wide. Look how many Botswana defenders there were. Just closing the gaps down a little better than they were able to do in the first half, Malawi. Shot through a crowded penalty area. But good work done there by Warona Sekhabai. Kasetse for Botswana. A turn for Ronnie. No problems for Maulidi. She gets a huge cheer from the fans as she smothers the ball with an hour of football played. We've got a hat-trick for Chinzimu, a praise for Chinyamula. Single goals for Manda and Captain Kadzere. It all adds up to 7. Ball by Ntala. Molimpika, Ntala once again. Will scramble for Chinzimu. Wide to Kadzere. Kadzere around the back of the defender, Rangasi. Fans paying for her to pull the trigger. Molimpika with a second bite of the cherry, but she's a much of a left-footed player. Chinyapula, too much time. Linda Munda couldn't come up with a shot either. Chinzimu defensively. And suddenly Malawi seem to have changed into second gear here in the second half. And that's a foul, surely from Munda. No, it's not. Munda through the middle, a chance here for Molimpika. It goes. The fans erupt in celebration. Molimpika, the 15-year-old from Envirom, scores her first goal of the match. And the one-way traffic continues. It's a lovely little ball just behind Mangkatao, and she slots it into the near post. It might very well have been a deflection. I thought that was where the foul was committed on Catherine Pitt. The referee allowed play to continue. I think the deflection really came off the hands of Makola rather than the defender. It's a clinical finish from Molimpika. Sarah Molimpika makes it 8. Don't forget, Malawi scored 12 against Namibia. Will they be looking to equal that? Malawi 8, Botswana 0. Live on visionview.tv this evening from the Bingu National Stadium in Lilongwe. Don't forget, tomorrow plenty of action to come, including the women's and the men's under-17 finals. And then the closing ceremony for the athletes head to home. Some of them might have already departed from this beautiful country. Kadzere, Kadzere with a little bit of trickery. Good defense from Rangasi. At that stage it has now, though. Seems to be an element of despair about the Botswana setup. A little bit of a slip over from Kadzere. We have had some rain about. Clearly on the tartan track around this beautiful pitch at the Bingu Stadium. Kadzere seems to be a little bit of a character. This is Hankara for Botswana. It's been a rearguard action. There's been very little over the halfway line from Botswana during the first half, nor in the second. Chinzimu almost playing as a centre-back now. And the bounce of the ball nearly lands for Chinyamula. Easily away by Qatar this time. Kadzere, she hasn't kept it in play. Doesn't seem to matter what Botswana have thrown at Malawi so far. Malawi have been able to contain Botswana defensively. But the same cannot be said for the Botswana defence. As forward comes Chinyamula, Kadzere. The first touch isn't a particularly good one, and Sekobai will just make sure. Must be so frustrating to be on the end of a pasting as much as what 8 goals to nil is. About 20 minutes play in the second half. Corner number 9. Nice pickup from Hangara. Now there is an opportunity to push forward by Ronnie. One-on-one battle, knocked away by Chinzimu. I think that's another throw into Botswana. Maybe that's the answer, with so many Malawi players committing themselves over the halfway line. Maybe Botswana need to play the aerial ball a little better, a little more frequently. They are going to get anything at all out of this encounter, and a goal would certainly please Victor in the dugout. It's a nice little touch in there from Ebine, cleared away by Chinyamula. Chinyamula again, but there's no run whatsoever by Rose Kadzere. And Chinyamula might very well have changed the direction of the attack to the left side. And Mulimbika. It's another opportunity for Mulimbika, but the referee, beg pardon, the goalkeeper covers the ground rather nicely and closes the gap down. This is their previous attack. Kadzere. Ball was allowed to bounce in the penalty area. The keeper wasn't able to get to it first time. But in doing that, she managed to close the gap down. And Mulimbika, he might have done was pull the ball back beyond the goalkeeper and try to slide it in with a weaker right foot. These are under 17s, don't forget. Forward by Linda Manda. Kadzere. Ball given away to Kisetse from Botswana. Now a touch from Ronnie. The defence will come from Mercy Wasi. Now it'll start all over again. Malawi with their build-up. Mulinjiwa. Ntala. Just over halfway through the second half now, and Malawi have only scored the 1 goal in the second half. I beg your pardon, 2 goals in the second half. Timu completing her hat-trick, and Mulimbika with the first goal of the match. Made by Makola. Kisetse. Ball and player at the same time. It should be easily contained here by Chinzimu. Ball by Manda, too strong. Okatere. He's ball in the middle of the park. Almost a nice pickup for Tilelo for Botswana. But still all the pressure is coming from Malawi. Mulimbika. Nyambula caught in possession. Mulimbika again. Now Chinyamula's got herself a little bit of space. The ball doesn't quite reach Ngodi. It does reach the captain Kadzere. Goes one way and goes the other. Closed down by Sekobai. Kadzere. Mulimbika. And lining up here to have another dart at the goal of Makola. Mulimbika into the middle. The headers away by Sekobai. Danger averted. For the moment anyway. Manda. Wasi. Chinzimu. See there to Tiwonga Chirua, the 14-year-old from Topik Academy, is warming up to come on. Mulimbika denied on that occasion by Lesetedi. So changes then. It's going to be Chinyamula. There'll be no hat-trick for Chinyamula tonight. Place will be taken by Mary Mbalangwe. Left out of the starting lineup by Coach Kachawa today. Mbalangwe scored the only goal against South Africa on the opening day of competition on the 1st of December in a 4-1 defeat. And off goes Mary Chinteya. Well, that's out of almost nothing from the throw-in. Goal number 9. 20 minutes remaining. And Katere will celebrate for the 9th time. Beautiful work done by Ntala and by Mulimbika. No focus whatsoever in the centre of their penalty area from Botswana. 9 goals. Mulimbika on the left-hand side. Again, getting on to a dominant position for Malawi, who lead now by 9 goals to 0. They scored 12 against Namibia, don't forget. Katere grabbing her second, but all the work was done on the left-hand side by Mulimbika and also Evelyn Ntala, the left back and the left winger. 9 goals to 0. 19 minutes remaining. Mulimbika. Okay, that goes down is Rhodes Katere. Ball cleared away. Again by the centre-back Faith Chinzimu, and she's injured herself in the process of getting the ball away. Now, Botswana really under the cosh here. Forward comes Lebekwe. Well, Lebekwe's done nicely here, across to the far side. Shot for Dilelo. I think that's going to be a corner. No, it's a goal kick. Nice work done, I must say, by Lebokan Dilelo. To a break for an injury. Could very well be Ruth Katere for a hat-trick appearance on the stretcher. Three times now, the captain of Malawi has gone off on a stretcher. Maybe Turbo Kachawa, the coach, will want to take her off, but we'll wait to see whether that happens or not. There is going to be a substitution. I think Rose Katere has played her final part of this match. Or is it? No, it's the reserve goalkeeper that's going to make a change. Not Katere. 6 not 16. So Shakira Austin, the 15-year-old from MDF Lionesses, is going to come on for Esther Mauludi. So 73.5 minutes clean sheet for Esther Maulidi. In the meantime, 9 goals scored down the other side of the pitch. Malawi going to get into double figures by the time this match comes to its conclusion. Maybe they get up to 12 goals and equal the amount of goals that they stuck past in Namibia. But Kazere will leave the field of play with no more than a brace, as has done Letitia Chinyamula. Looks like a handball from Mbalangwe. Confirmation of Lebekwe's inclusion. Free kick again taken by Hankara. She continues to be a threat from set pieces, but no damage done at the moment. Lindemanda looking to come forward, but suddenly Botswana sensing that there is something to be gained out of this encounter from a Botswana point of view, as we confirm the scoreline, 9-0, Mulimpika getting back-to-back goals. Half an hour has elapsed, 15 minutes remaining in this third and fourth place playoff. One-way traffic for Malawi. 6 goals in the first half, 3 in the second. Chirwa battling away for possession. Let me just come on as a substitute for Chindeya. He's 14 years old as well. Oh, that's going in the wrong direction from Mbapura Hangara. In fact, it's Letsi Teddy. Malawi 9, Botswana 0. Means Botswana have conceded 14 goals. Beg your pardon, it's 17 goals in the matches that they participated in. 12 goals in the last 2 matches. Malawi scored 13 in the group stages, 2 against Zambia, and 9 in this one so far. That's 24 for Malawi. They've only conceded 6. And how close was that semi-final where Kadzere scored a brace and coming from behind against Zambia and losing 3-1 on penalties after that hard work. But all the hard work is paying off in the third and fourth place playoff, and the bronze medals will be hung around the necks of the lasses in red by the time we come to 90 minutes and beyond. The stoppage time surely will play a small part in this match. Chikondi Mkodi. Throw in to be taken by Ntala. It's not often that you'll find a foul throw. I can only imagine there's a foul throw by the 16-year-old from Civil Servants United. Mankatao. Been a busy player today, especially under so much pressure from Sarah Mulimpika. Mankatao. Oh, that's a bit of a foot up on Mulimpika. Nothing from the referee from Madagascar, though. There's a throw in to Botswana. Making slight ground up towards the halfway line. Maybe Malawi have just gone into self-preservation mode because there's nothing really coming back as far as the offense is concerned. Well, how about that? 2 foul throws in a row. Mulimpika manages to get some gain time. That's a nice little ball in the middle. Mulimpika now looking for a third touch. Hammered away by Sekobai. Nice presence shown by Amant Leroni. Everything that Botswana have thrown at Malawi, they've been able to contain without too much of a flurry. And I'm not quite sure that the Malawi goalkeepers had to make a save of any great significance at all. Lindemanda. Mulimpika, it's a lovely turn from Mulimpika around the back of Mantai. Oh, and the keeper's left it behind. Surely it's another goal. My word. Oh my God. Should have been double figures for Malawi right there. Keeper leaves it behind. And the experienced Malawi captain Kadzere not able to make it count for the hosts of this Region 5 Youth Games. The keeper comes out, leaves it behind. Katere with an opportunity. Yeah, she was offside. She was between the keeper and the last defender. That's offside. 3 times they've been caught offside. All of those, by the way, in the second half of this match. So free kick again taken by Hankara. Knocked away by Ntala. Scrambled clear by Mbalangwe. 16 shots on target from Malawi. Nothing at all from Botswana. This is Jilelo. She's done well, Jilelo. Makola with 9 goals that have gone past her so far. 10 minutes remaining in regulation time. There's going to be a change in goal here for Botswana. No, it's... $17 for 10. And Basilio comes on for Sarah Mulimbika. There's a new goalkeeper for Malawi as well. Defence done however by Chinzibu. It's a nice ball forward. Katere was onside. Ball cleared away by Rankasi though for Botswana, and suddenly it's a much more open game. Basilio on for Sarah Mulimbika, who's converted the last 2 goals, but we haven't had a goal now in 10 minutes from the Malawi side. That's Katere. Makola makes the save for Botswana. Really has been mighty impressive in this tournament. Katere, only 1 goal in this match. Goalkeeper Shakira Austin with an easy pickup for Malawi. Manda caught in possession, away by Chimizu. Forward comes from Chimiavula, then Manda again. That's a bit too enthusiastic from the Malawi midfield. Watching the 3rd and 4th place playoff at the COSAFA Under-17 Championship and the Region 5 Youth Games. Under-17 football competition for women. Malawi 9, Botswana nothing. Bronze medals up for grabs here. 7 minutes in stoppage time remaining. I see the ball from Basilio. Now it's Lepekwe. Nicely contained again by Wasi. Oh, she's been turned around by Jilelo. Jilelo really has been impressive today, but yeah, she's fighting a bit of a lone battle for Botswana, isn't she? Back will come Chinyamula. Can't find Katere. Player and ball at the same time for both Chinsimu and for Evelyn and Ntala. And good work done by Mankatau on that occasion. Now Ntala forward. Easy for Sefa Makola. Malawi scoring only half of the goals that they managed to score during the first half, here in the second, but 9-0. Massively impressive in a match of this magnitude. Ntala. The new left winger is Anna Balizao. Tyler with a throw in. And that looks like another foul throw. That's a 2 in the match in the second half from Evelyn and Tyler. Or is it a free kick? It is a free kick. Ankara once again to take it. Malawi leading by 9 goals to nil. 5 minutes remaining in regulation time. I'd like to take this opportunity as I will leave Malawi tomorrow with fond memories of the football program, the swimming program, the boxing program as well, to thank the people of Malawi, the organisers of the Region 5 Youth Games in Malawi, Vision View television crew directors, cameramen, those who give you the slow-mos, and those that give us the technical work as well, our presenter, Ms. Shabalala, and our fellow commentators. Thanks to everybody for wonderful support and absolutely phenomenal tournament. We'll miss you guys, but yeah, I'll leave the tournament tomorrow and leave you in the capable and Patrick Simango to take you through the final stages of the football competition and also the closing ceremony. And by the time that takes place, I'll be back in Johannesburg. Jinzimu, Ntala, playing and ball at the same time in the middle of the park. Time ticking away from Botswana here. Not even a consolation goal in sight for Botswana. And they'll chase back in defence as well here. It's so tiring when you're trying to push forward away from your penalty area and you're forced to turn and turn and turn. Snaps the legs. Now, 2 foul throws from Ntala in the second half. We hope that she's able to orchestrate the throw in properly this time. It's a little bit better. No call from the Madagascan match referee, but nothing from the middle of the park either. As Basilio wasn't able to contain matters. Free kick here for Malawi. Wanted to take it quickly with Tiwonga Chilwa. The referee wasn't having anything of it. Just a 1 yellow card from Mr. Rahari Manatoa. And it was to Chikanyo Rangasi in the first half for a foul on Rose Katere. It's been very quiet in the second half because most of the play has been down the left-hand side for Malawi, and she's positioned herself over on the right. Really, it's been wrong one-way traffic, unfortunately. Throw in for Hankara. Stared forward haplessly by Ibinin, but it returns very quickly indeed. There's a nice here for Palayo. Malawi is still struggling to get into double figures here. We haven't had a goal since the 71st minute. We only have 2 minutes remaining in regulation time. I don't suppose it makes any difference whatsoever how much stoppage time is added on. In fact, with the one-way scoreline that there is in operation at the moment, maybe no stoppage time should be added at all. Forward by Munda. Don't forget her goal in the second minute on the foul by Leslie Teddy. Another free kick for Malawi. Tiwonga Chilwa, who Malawi getting to double figures the next minute. A little bit, and stoppage time that's on by the match referee. Free kick to be taken by Katere. The tally stands at 8 for the tournament. The caller has been replaced in the meantime by Tone Diciane. Diciane seems to be pretty confident. Katere not able to breach the defences of Botswana. This is time piece. If they can, it's one thing is. However, in Zimu, praise Pula as well. Calls for Manda. Pretty emphatic. That's the way it is any longer tonight. In the second minute, they have been going 2 minutes. Setting the table. It's a little speaker. Mistaking pass into the vertical. Met with an enormous Malawi, the middle of midfield. Manda takes the team, ball spills out here. The end up part of the goal of Makola. Way through the half. But wasn't able to go in the ball. again by Chimula. Himself into the penalty area. Lovely work done by Chinyamula as well as she completes her brace. Slaps the ball inside that left-hand upright, and McCullough's beaten for the fourth time. It wasn't the end of the goal scorers. The captain got into the action as well with 8th tournament goal. The 16-year-old from the Ascent Academy. Look how happy she is. Of course, one against Botswana in the bronze medal match. Goes into the area, much left across the goal, and Malawi will break 6-0. Coach daring to kick off and the goal. Defender the back of the net for and then moments later because the goal of William Beaker did the route at 9 goals. .26 goal attempts to fall. Sometimes one of the there's nothing to talk about. 58% complete domination.